Welcome back, everyone. Ellington here, and we are back on Total War Rome 2. And not only that, we are back with Total War League Season 8. And we have got ourselves the Group A matchup of the Pike Stackers attacking versus the Rawdoggers defending. Now, this is taking place on the settlement of Eildon, and so once again, this is Total War League, so this is got slightly different kind of rule concepts and everything. The attackers, let's go ahead and get into the players and the teams. The Pike Stackers, we have got Colchis being commanded by Kami, and Nabatea being commanded by Marketable Skills. For the defenders, we have got Seleucid being commanded by Andrew, and we have got Nungle commanding Bactria, which we can only see kind of one unit here. So, the way this works, I'm going to put up the faction tier list here. You're going to see that each faction has been rated with a value of either plus or minus a certain amount of points. When you pick those factions, you gain or lose however many points. So if you look at Nabatea and Colchis, they have a +1 faction and they have a -1 faction, which means that for the faction side of things, they will not gain or lose any points here. For the defenders, same thing, because we've got Seleucid and we have Bactria. Seleucid is a +1 faction, or a -1 faction, excuse me, and Bactria is a +1 faction. No, Bactria is a 0. So the defenders are actually losing a point here. So what that means is an attacker victory gains the attackers 3 points, and then plus or minus however many their factions are worth. A defender victory is worth 2 points, plus or minus however many points their factions are worth. So if the defenders win this game, they would gain 1 point out of this matchup right here. Now, if the attackers win, they will get 3 because they have their factions even each other out to a 0 bonus. So 3 points if they win the game. I hope I explained that well. Marketable Skills, I know you're watching. Tell me if I did a better job this time than I did on Season 7, because I think I screwed it up. Anyways, like I said, this is the settlement of Eildon. Now, this is medium size because this is a 2v2. Everything's kind of been shrunk down a little bit. So Colchis coming over here and setting up an archer wall here, basically just preventing the defenders from being able to put archers here to counter off anything they're going to try and do. They have taken down a wall. And Nabatea kind of doing the same thing. I don't think is quite as effective because there's really not as much of like a setup position over here. But this one here is a good setup. Typically, this wall continues on over here. It's actually kind of like more like this. No, it comes around and it goes out and it comes off like that. That's the way it goes. So we do have all the Eastern Archers of Colchis are moved forwards. The Nabatean Heavy Archers still sitting in the back here. Now, if I remember correctly, they typically have the rule now where you can bring 4 archers, but then a peltist unit too, though I don't see one of the peltists here for either of the teams. I forgot to pull up the rules, and so now as I'm going over this with you, I'm also scrolling, trying to find where those damn rules went. Nabatean heavies have moved forward. They don't really have too much of a target. Most of the enemy archers are towards the back. We have already concentrating fire on this area here, though. Yeah, archers moving forward even more. I think they might be trying to get in range on these Syrians. They might be able to get a double here. That'd be pretty big. So we've got the Syrians and the Persian Lights, excuse me, trying to take this fight. The Eastern Archers are probably going to lose that by themselves, but they aren't by themselves. We also have the Axemen of Colchis charged in on the Thorax swords. See the arrows flying overhead. Got that kind of purplish gray of Colchis, and then that kind of silver of Seleucid. All right, sorry, I was able to find the rules. Sorry about that. I just forgot to. I pulled up everything else, and I forgot to pull that up. So max artillery per player on attack, and max. You can only bring one type of each. So you can't bring 2 ballistas. You can bring a ballista and a scorpion. You can bring 2 pikes per player, 4 missile units plus 1 Javi unit, 7 of the same unit per player. So like the Thorax swords, they can't bring 8 Thorax swords for Seleucid. They can bring 7. Then you can bring 2 elephants or chariots per team. So pretty standard. If I remember correctly, that is the exact same as what they were last season. So then all the other rules are pretty standard. No pull-throughs. You can't layer units on top of your pikes, stuff like that. You know, like these pike stackers would, you know. Thorax swords have switched out for Bactrian helmet. 83 kills on the Thorax against the Axemen, though. We also have Armored Desert Hoplites in for Nabatea. So the Bactrian helmet are holding them down while the Thorax are getting pretty good javies into the left flank of the Armored Desert Hoplites. But here in a moment, yep, they're going to have to go right back into this. We also have Thorough Spears, got a pretty nasty little angle here. They are shooting from the shield side over here, though, so it's going to be slightly less effective as it would be from the other direction, which is the sword side, or the spear side, I guess it would be for the Armored Desert Hoplites. Now, for the other side, looks like they've just had kind of some lightweight fighting with some Bactrian hillmen, Desert Levy, some hillmen. And here soon, I assume we will see an advance onto the second line here. Nabatean heavy archers, pretty much untouched. They haven't really been shooting yet. Eastern archers, we saw them duking it out earlier, so a couple kills here and there. You can see, good job. They are keeping their reinforcements nice and cozied up to the wall here. What that means is a couple things. It means it allows easy reinforcing of the attack. It also means that you don't have all of this ground to cover for if the attacker or the defenders were to send out cavalry or something. It would be really hard for the for the defenders to get like troops or cavalry into the back lines due to how they've kind of cozied up next to the wall. That is just attacking 101 right there. Can you go through here? No, you can't. On medium, you can go through this area? What? That's crazy. On the large size, you can only go this way or you can go this way. You can't go through this area. I'm not sure the defenders knew it either. You can see they're shifting a Thorax sword over to deal with that. It's just a helmet. It's not a huge problem. Now, the point is in the same place, I believe. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it. So where does the point move to for the medium-sized? It's right here. That's kind of interesting. Huh. All right. I guess I just assumed it would be in the same place, but I guess it makes sense that it should move. Desert Levy, Armored Desert Hoplites. Looks like the Hillman died? This over here is getting a little thin here. 46 out of 160, 64 out of 160. They better be careful because this left side of that line does not look stable. And as of right now, they are pretty exposed. Here we go. There's some infantry coming. But they have archers and stuff over here. They also have their Scorpion over here. Got more Thorax. Light Peltis here from Bactria. The archers of the attackers staying relatively back for now. Nabatean heavies came up and are getting shot now by the Persian lights with 25 kills. Okay, so they are going to be able to reinforce the line here, which is good. Thorax 121, 109, 40. Armored Desert Hoplites with 117, 83 on the Nabatean sword. So as of right now, it seems that the primary attack is going to be here. They're probably just biding their time, waiting for a bit more pressure here before they try to put more pressure here. Got a tiny little unit of Bactrian Hillmen that I think broke and came back. If I was them, I'd get the hell out of Dodge. I'm out! See ya! I'm going home! Y'all are screwed! Thorough Spear's getting beat up by some archer fire. Is that the Easterns shooting? Yeah. When they go in that square formation or they go in that tight formation like that, it makes them really, really exposed to archer fire. They also are continuing to have some pushes through the little housing area here. Axemen charging back into combat. We have some really good cycle charging happening here, both sides. So we got this guy very, he's only 30 men, there's really no point in taking him out. A fresh 160. Soon you probably want to get something ready to cycle with this one though. Got a Thorough Spear that it could use, I guess, but I think you'd rather have another Thorax sword. Still nothing on the right-hand side so far. Hillman with 62 kills, 76 on a Desert Levy. Here we go, another Armored Desert Hoplite coming up. Big old fight. Look at the Javies coming in. You see that overhead? Oh, I got some Colchian nobles in here? Is that what I... Seriously? Hell yeah! This Colchian noble's been in here for a little while. I didn't even notice him. He's pretty banged up, that's why I say that. Ah. This is a hell of a fight, man. Watch this. Pressure is still coming here. But you can tell they definitely are focusing their efforts on this spot here. Got another Thorax coming in. He's going to swap out for this one. 108 kills with one Chevron. Greek Scorpion's got 80 kills so far. Syrian's pretty much untouched, 22 on these ones. Nabatean heavies are shooting at... Looks like they were trying to shoot the Thorough Spears, I think. Maybe the Thorax. I thought they were shooting the archers, but the volley landed like right there. You can hear that Scorpion going in the background. You hear that? It's definitely an all-out attack here. The attackers have literally taken no pressure off this point. They may want to think about, they at least want to protect themselves here. I would probably put a unit there. Well, I don't know, because then you might be... I would basically say, if you're not going to commit to this, then leave it alone. That would be my thoughts on that. Got General moving up. I think we're going for second wind. Nope, battle rhythm. Second wind on someone else, maybe? Probably not. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Carly Axman trying to take advantage of that cycle there. You can see they are gaining a little bit of ground by a little bit of ground. You know, the original battle line was more like right here. These Armored Desert Hoplites are just tanks. They're really good at just kind of forcing their way through you. Cycle out Thorax for Thorax. This one's at 101 kills, not bad. Armored Desert Hoplite, it's just getting tore up, man. How have you been seeing all the Javies and Archer Fire that's all been hitting this Armored Desert Hoplite? It's just been vicious. Yeah, I think the attackers have learned that if they're going to go here, they have to commit fully to it, and they don't want to, so they've stopped, which I think is the right call. Because the other thing is, if you're going to fully commit to it, then you have to fully commit to holding this. Otherwise, the defenders could just pressure in behind your thrust here. Nabatea being really good at moving it, keeping his Jin moving around. He moves up, gives abilities, then he goes away. Then he moves up, gives abilities. Haven't seen the defender generals at all yet. More Archer Fire. Mercenary Syrians now. Shooting at the Gen, maybe? I think they were. Syrian archers just shooting straight at. Who are they? They're not shooting the hell. They're shooting the Colchian nobles. Okay. I was about to be really concerned at who they were firing at. Got to get some good screenshots, you know what I mean? Carly Axman at 102. Oh, we got a second wind. Okay. I think that might have been the Colchian general that did that, because the Nabatean general's way back there. More Thorax coming to play. They may want to think about getting some pressure right there. Looks like they're going for a straight swap, though. Got some Nabatean swords, more axemen. Really not a lot of archer play or like early on in this fight on either side. There's been some, you know, a little bit of volley here, a little bit of volley there. But all in all, the archer play has been very, very subdued at the moment. I think it's going to be really interesting later on to see how does that ammunition come to impact this game. Just because there's so little firing going on from either side that I feel like we're going to have a lot of late game archer fights because there's going to be so much ammunition left. You can see there's volleys coming in, but we're really not seeing kills. 7. I mean, so these guys have been doing good because they've been getting that side shot, right? So they've been doing pretty solid. 56, 0. This is really the only archer that has had a whole lot of success in the game so far. For the attackers, yeah, you mean they're pretty well untouched. You got 43 and 54, I think. That's it. 30 and 24. So I'm intrigued to see how that plays out later. 89 kills on the thorax from Bactria. Got a relatively fresh Nabatean sword in there. Archer shooting at the thorax from Bactria. Just checking around, make sure nothing's going on around outside. Be my luck that I would miss something going on out there. Man, Armor Desert Hoplites, like I said, look at this. Remember where we last talked about it? They were like here. Look where they are now. That's the line right now. I'm almost thinking that the only way the defenders hold this is they have to throw bodies. Let's look at the difference here. So we have 1, 2, 3 units in combat for the defenders. 1, 2, 3, but then we have a lot of reinforcements ready for cycling. $125, but they're down to 72. They really I think they really just need to get bodies into this defense and basically play the defender's game back, you know, put it right back to them. Try to push them back. Although, to be honest with you, they're opening up the line to some really good side shots. Oh my gosh, look at that. Over here is still pretty quiet. Here we go, Nabatean swords charging in. We also got Cycle from Bactria. Really good job on both sides here. Everybody using their cycling. They're getting those charge bonuses off. They're keeping their troops relatively fresh. It's a really, really good job. One thing I would say is that I think there's been a little bit better general ability usage by the attackers. I haven't seen really much of anything from the defenders. They do have a general sitting right here, but I haven't seen too many abilities popped off on any of their units. What did he bring? He brought the strategist general, which gives a really, really good ability with the second wind. You're exhausted? No, you're not. And then they can keep doing that after a recharge. They can do it again and again and again. Ooh, here we go. Now we got some arch fire coming in. That's the Nabatean Heavy, 68 and 31. I think they're just... Looks like they're shooting right in here. Does provide a little bit of a gap for the attackers. If they notice it, they may be able to pursue that and collapse this line. They still have like kind of a smattering of a unit there, so they probably can't do it. didn't mean to bump my mic there. Sorry, I was getting a drink. Bactria does fill the line up, ready to engage on the right flank for the defenders. More units coming in from Colchis. Cartley Axeman, 2 units of them. Well, this is an old unit, but 141 kills with Chevron. 190 kills on the Greek Scorpion. Luca doing a really good job with that Scorpion. Push, men! Push! Here we go. Here's some archer fire. Got the thorough spears from Seleucid. Oh god, this is such a dirty angle. This is still that same Armor Desert Hoplite, guys. 36 men left, and he's got 48 kills now. I'm almost positive that's the same one. But he's back on now. They are still shooting at the Cartleys, though. Good double charge there. You got a slightly weaker unit charging you with a slightly stronger one. There is a gap in the middle of the line, but it really wouldn't be worth exploiting due to 2 units standing behind it. Got another Armored Desert Hoplite moving forward. I think he's probably going to go right here. Here we go. Got precision shot now. Now, the thing about Nabatean heavies is they're basically identical to a Syrian archer. The only difference is that the Syrian archer gets a precision shot. The Nabatean heavy archer does not get an ability at all. A lot of the really good archers either come with precision shot or quick reload. But the Nabateans, they just come with the stats. They don't get the ability. What was that? Oh, okay. I thought I saw arrows coming from there. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I wonder though. So Nabatea is trying to pick a fight with the Syrians over here. And he might actually get a pretty good fight there due to the siege towers. Defenders are holding relatively well in this crescent moon shape here. They've done a good job at exposing the flanks of the attackers, but man, the attackers are just coming like nothing else. It's a bulldozer. Syrians. What are they? They're shooting over at the Cartleys. The attackers, I don't think they really can go here as long as they're exposed from this way. Even though it is shield side, I don't know that it's a direction I would want to go into and expose my flank like that to archers or anything of the sort. Is the Greek Scorpion out of ammo? Well, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's got, right? Yeah, he's got shots loaded up. He's got 190 kills with the Chevron. 33 kills. It might even be big if the attackers are able to force the defenders out of the gate gap here. Jeez, a lot of these units in the back lines just keep getting just ripped to shreds by archers. 91 kills. Got a thorough spear. He might be out of ammo. 49 kills. I bet he is. Sheesh, man. This Armored Desert Hoplite is about to have a really bad day. Let's watch his numbers. He's in a slightly better position now. Now that you see how he angled his shields. Let's see. We'll go back here from the archer's perspective, and we'll look. See how he's angled his shield here? Messed it up. But you can see how he angled the shield to be slightly more engaged towards the archers from this side. But hoplites sometimes are really goofy too. So you can see he's, I think, having a little bit of trouble getting them to kind of set up in a way he wants them to. That Armored Desert Hoplite is just getting ripped up. They got to get more troops over here. This is bad. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, the whole offensive line here just disintegrated. A little bit of a whoopsie by the attackers. They didn't get more troops up to continue the pressure here. So the defenders getting a little bit of some leeway. Excuse me. So they may, if they're quick, they may be able to regain some of this ground, or at least set up troops in I think, a better fashion to what they're trying. Bounce power is actually in the defenders' favor at the moment. Just barely, but it is. Armored Desert Hoplite and Cartley Axeman charging here. But they need to be careful. Yeah, I think the Cartley needs to come over here. Also have an Abbatian Swordsman. Charge! Nope, never mind. Not charging. Well done. Ooh, Thorough Spear's getting nuked. 102, 48, 27, 49, 75. Got the Napatian Cavgen moving around. I think he's coming over to keep these guys safe. 112 kills, 94 kills. They went up on the wall. I'm intrigued. Or I mean, not on the wall, the towers, excuse me. Maybe just to protect them, to try and kind of get them in a position that they're less vulnerable, possibly. Saw Colchian Nobles move up. Okay, they're here. We got to counterattack the defenders coming down the left-hand side. Not only that, they're sending troops out through the middle village. Cartley Axeman having to guard that. Also got Armored Desert Hoplites rushing in. They're going to go up through the breach and try and advance here. This could be bad, though, because this really exposes them to all these archers. Remember what I was talking about earlier about how little ammo that anybody had used? This is where this comes into play. They just exposed their sword side just completely and totally to 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. Probably about to be 5 archers now. They have a Cartley guarding here, and they've got an Armored Desert Hoplite guarding here. But I think this is where this whole thing disintegrates. This is not good. This is a bad move. And he knows it. He's trying to get out of here, but it's too late. He's not even, no, never mind. He's not even trying to get out of there because he threw in an even healthier unit. Bactrian Royal Cavalry coming out the gate. Colchian Noble Gen shifting around. Sorry about that. Nabatean Gen ran away. Oh, Nabatean Gen went and killed these hillmen. Got archers focusing here. The Cav Gen's going to get in on them. Kind of gets hung up on the Nabatean sword, though. But I think this is a okay loss here for the attackers. They dealt a ton of damage over here. 98 kills, 123 kills, 89 kills, 114. They're probably going to get the Bactrian General here. The attack, you know what? I think he is making a decision to hold off. Oh my god, look at all this archer fire. The defenders are getting a similar situation, but once again, this is not sword side shots. This is. Bactrian General is hung up, and he's not getting anywhere. 41 out of 80, got 144 kills. Love the palm leaves that they wear on their backs. He's trying to get out of there. 28 out of 80. He's probably going to break before he even gets the chance. Wavering. Well, he got away. I think, is he still alive? He might still be alive somehow. But see that? There's the collapse. They have lost some momentum here, though, so. Now, those Nabatean heavy archers landed back here and are just being a nuisance. Probably about the time that you get your remaining troops up in the settlement now. Nabatean Noble Cav going to finish off the Bactrian Cav. 210 kills with 2 chevrons. Pretty good. And General dead? Can't tell. Bounce power has shifted. This attack, this counterattack by the defenders, that was the game changer. They actually had pretty well control of this battle, and now it is not in their favor anymore. This is incredibly close. Okay, Bactrian General is gone. That could be a huge, huge problem. Well, maybe not. Never mind. That's really probably not going to be an issue as of itself due to the fact that most of Bactria's units are disciplined, but you can see a lot of them are banged up anyways, so yeah. I don't think that's really anything to do with the general dying, but they really just at this point don't really have any troops to hold what they need to hold. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Now we've got Armored Desert Hoplite, Kolkian Nobles. Got some wavering. And here's the Nabatean General. Came up and in. He's got through the archers. Going to get through these archers. Yeah, there's Thorough Spear that's going to try and stop him. Thorough Spear moving, though. Thorough Spear is going to take a lot of losses there. General's probably going to come in and hit the back of this and break the whole thing. Do have some archers with some ammo. They are shooting at the Nabatean General. Kolkian Noble General is trying to loop around to intercept the Thorough Spear here. And then the Nabatean General, I assume, is going to turn around and hit these archers. There we go. Good charge. 189 with 2 chevrons. It's going to break that, and then it's going to break right through, hit this, and then hit that. Or you might even hit this as it comes through. He pulled back. And I think he's going to go, yeah, he looks like he's going around. Now he'll hit the, yeah, okay. It's fair. Hit the archers. Watch out for the throw spear. Archers shooting right into him. Cookie and Noble coming around. 266 kills, 98 kills. Silver Shield Swordsman, 290 kills. Archers have gone up. They're capping the point. I don't think it's going to take that much time, though. Cookie and Noble's wrapping up the Silver Shield Sword General. Nabatean Noble Cavalry shifting behind. Not sure where he's going, but he might be looping around to grab the archers, possibly. Thorough Spear is still hanging out. 242 kills on a Thorough Spear is pretty good. 296, 107. Yeah, this is a GG for the attackers. So once again, due to their win, that's 3 points. And their factions being, one of their factions was +1, one of their factions was -1, means that that evens out, leaving the attackers with a win for 3 points. Now the defenders are going to go into this down 1 point, so they're going to be at a -1. Now remember, these points, what they're earning is, that is how you move on in the tournament, is through the points. So you can get yourself a super powerful faction if you really want to, but it's going to put you down in the point count really bad. So you have to be very, very conscientious of that when you're thinking about and choosing what factions you want to play. All right, let's look at some kills here. So for the Pike Stackers, marketable skills as Nabatea, 2,575 kills, leading the entire game. Armored Desert Hoplites just tanking it through, man. Look at the archers, 336 on this one, 313 on the general. His ally, Kami, as, or Kami, I'm not sure exactly how he says it, as Kolkus, 1,806 kills. He took a lot of ammunition, man. He took the brunt of all their ammo. For the defenders, the Rawdoggers, we have Andrew, 02, as Seleucid, 2473. 303 as Silver Shield Swordsman here. His archers did pretty good. Infantry all did honestly pretty solid all in all. And then Nungle as Bactria with 2,030 kills. 210 kills as the cavalry. His archers all did pretty solid. Infantry did decent. Did pretty good. Now that I think about it, I don't think I introduced their names at the beginning of the video, and I really apologize for that. Well, that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please, if you want to see how this matchup ends, there is another battle coming up, which is going to be the opposite end. So it will be the Rawdoggers on attack and the Pike Stackers defending. But that will be it. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next time.